Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today's August 12th, it's Saturday. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. It's got some clouds a little bit, breaks of sun. It was a little cloudier earlier, had a little bit of rain earlier, not bad, nothing major, but so anyway, I was showing you this here first. I stopped today to the Amish roadside stand again. And it's 3 pounds of honey, 13 bucks, and I'm like, this freaking honey's awesome. So I went and picked up 2 more 3-pound things today, because Heather's pounding it. She loves that honey. She just eats it straight honey, and I mean I do too, but she eats it more than I do. So, but that's that, and that's actually the zucchini that I picked yesterday. So somebody had asked me, and I know that I said the Canadian Prepper just did a video on this. So somebody had asked me to do a video on this too. So I said, well, you know what? I'll go ahead and do a video on it as well. Who eats first in S.H.T.F? Once S.H.T.F happens, how do you figure out who's going to eat first? Now, one of the reasons that I prep the way that I do, hopefully, and I say that hopefully, we don't ever have to come down to a hierarchy as far as who's going to get a choice to eat more first. Hopefully, you know, I mean, I have a lot of food on hand, as you guys know. I've kind of shown you in other videos, and I continue to add to stuff all the time. Actually, I got together with Randy today, and we went for a ride, and so he actually gave me some more money today, which I will put more into more supplies. So anyway, but here's the thing, okay? So hopefully I don't ever have to have that decision. But if I did have to have that decision, let's go with a hypothetical situation where, okay, now we got XYZ number of people, there's only so much food, and we'd have to inventory all that and figure out who has, you know, how much we had and all that type of stuff. But who gets to eat first, okay? Now, I gotta say that basically, you know, if you're having people doing the bulk of the labor type of stuff, those people need more calories, okay? So your younger people that are going to be doing more of the labor intensive stuff, I think that they need to make sure that they're getting enough in so that they're not, you know, they're not starving. That would be like my first thing. Your people that are on, you know, guard duty, keeping an eye on stuff, you know, your protection, your force protection people, they would be somebody that you want to make sure that they're sharp, that they're not starving to death. So, you know, they're going to be right up there as well. Okay, it's a hard call, really. And basically, what my rule of thumb, as far as I'm concerned, goes is this: if you're working and you're contributing, then you eat. Okay. If you think that you're going to lay around and do nothing and have other people take care of everything and you're still going to eat, that's not going to be the case. So you have to contribute. Now, obviously, you're going to have people that are going to get sick and stuff like that. That's going to happen, okay? So that's a whole different scenario. But the thing is, as long as people are putting in an effort and helping out, gathering, building, making defenses, whatever, however you want to, you know, spin it, I think everybody should eat equally. That's just kind of how I feel about that situation. But now, again, if there's limited resources, who's going to get the bigger portions? Your people that are doing more of the work, in my opinion, okay? Your people that are pulling those guard duties, your people that are doing the labor-intensive stuff. But, you know, hopefully, now here's a thought that I kind of had on this as well. You're going to have people that are going to come and be like, I'm starving, please help me, please feed me, okay? That's going to happen. You're going to have that. So if you have that, you can do this. And this is what my thought process was on this. Okay, we'll give you a meal, but you're going to work for it. So you have them do the heavy lifting, if you will, okay, in exchange for a meal. And then if they, you know, contribute enough and, you know, can be an asset to the team, then maybe you bring them in, maybe you don't, okay? But the thing is, that's kind of my thought on that. You would hopefully have people that are looking for that meal, and you say, okay, well, if you work, then we'll feed you. Now, obviously, you're going to have your people watching them every second, guarding them, basically making sure they're not doing something foolish. But it's really hard to say, you know, for sure. Okay, we're going to do it this way, and that's going to be it. Hopefully, we have enough food that everybody can eat. But then it's going to have to come down to what do you bring into the table? What are you contributing? What are you doing? Okay. Now here's the other thing with that. Okay, am I going to, because like I've stocked up a lot personally. Okay, I have a lot of food that I personally bought and stocked up. Okay, my sister has brought a lot of food here. Am I going to tell her, sorry Margie, you can't eat because you're older and oh boy, see here. We got a cat thing going on over here. Soxy just kind of gave the bang bang to Lucy, and now Matt, our buddy, and Lucy are gonna stand off. But anyway, am I gonna say that to her? Absolutely not, because she's contributed a lot of food. Okay, and there's another thing: who's contributed what? That's going to be another point of contention, because my sister has brought a tremendous amount of food down here. She's going to eat. That's it. Because I have contributed so much of the food myself and my kids are going to eat. So that's basically, that's part of it too. Now, as far as like other group members, if they've contributed, and like now, like with Randy's been giving me money to buy supplies, so he's covered in that aspect. And I won't say exactly how much he's given me or how much more he's going to give me, but he's going to be covered, okay? So, and I know he's not coming alone. I mean, he had his girlfriend with him today, and basically, okay, so who's Randy bringing up here with him? He's going to bring himself, he's going to bring his son, he's probably going to bring his mother, his girlfriend, and her daughter. So there's 5 people right there. So, but the way I look at that, that's 5 more people to contribute to standing watch, to helping gather supplies, helping to build, all those type of things. Because here's the thing is, once they come here, you want to eat, you're going to work. That's how it's going to be, period, okay? Now, nobody's going to sit around, okay? I don't care if you've contributed or you haven't contributed. It doesn't give you the right to sit on your butt and everybody else takes care of stuff. Everybody will contribute in different ways. Like my sister is 68 years old, okay? So physically, she's not going to be able to do a lot of the things physically, but she could man the radio. She could sit a watch every day for a certain period of time. That could be like one of her jobs, helping to clean up with after cooking and stuff like that, and all those type of things. And she has canning skills, and she brings enough to the table, trust me, okay? So I mean, and again, everything comes down to, what have you contributed? What are you bringing to the table? What are you physically doing? So all those things are going to go into play as far as who gets to eat first, okay? Because of the fact, like I said, because somebody's playing with their car, because I've contributed a lot. Me and my kids are covered. I'm sorry, but I don't care if everybody else is starving. We're eating, because I've put so much into this. It's unbelievable. But like I said, my sister has contributed a tremendous amount of food, so she's eating. All right. Other people that are contributing, yes, they're going to have a higher seat at the table, if you will, than somebody that just shows up and wants me to give my hand out. That's a whole different ball game. I've talked to this, prepping till I'm blue in the face with a lot of people for a long, long time, and if you haven't stepped up, then I'm sorry, I got nothing for you. So realistically, if people work together and they're working hard, hopefully everybody eats. That's the ultimate goal, okay? If we have people in a group that are skilled hunters and they go out and hunt and they bring in, game, obviously they're going to get a bigger portion because of what they've done. So it really comes down to, what you have as far as supplies go. And that's why, I did a video a while back, probably about a month ago, and I said, you really need to load up on your food, because water is obtainable. water can be purified many different ways. Either be a Berkey or a Catadine filter, or boiling it to get it that get it clean that way and kill the pathogens. There's a lot of different ways you can clean water. So, and if you have access to water, then food needs to be the second priority after water. I have access to a ton of water. Okay, so water is not really an issue for me. I'm lucky in that aspect. I'll be honest with you. Okay, but food is going to be a huge thing, and starvation is not a pretty thing to have to witness or see. So having enough food on hand so that people can eat is going to be a huge thing, guys. Okay, so now I had to tell you what I had to do today. All the cats were not happy with me. They all got. I tried this other flea thing, like a spray. It did not work well. The cats were still really itching and stuff like that. So I got basically it's a knockoff form of Advantage. That it's a tube that you put the treatment on between your shoulder blades behind their head. So I treated all the cats and did that, and then I bombed the house. So that was what I did with that. So that got taken care of, and now this has gone screwy. So on the note that this has gone screwy, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I wish you guys could see this. Buddy's going after a bug, but anyway, so I'm going to end this video, guys. Remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. And remember, STD, one step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. You'll reach your goals. I definitely want to hear your comments on this video, your thoughts on it. Please share, and we'll go from there, okay? Thank you very much for listening. I hope everybody's had a wonderful weekend. Prepper Nurse 1 out.